Are you looking for a creative visual way to reflect on an experience you've had, or even a way for your students to reflect? If so, then stick around because I have the perfect solution for you. A few weeks ago, I took my honors studio art class to visit the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., and I gave them the task of completing a visual journal page following the trip as a way to reflect on what they experienced while at the gallery. While I didn't set many parameters for their assignment, and maybe should have given them these tips, I'm going to give you 7 tips you won't want to miss when creating a visual journal page so that you get the most out of your visual journaling time. A visual journal is a type of journal that combines written thoughts and ideas with images, drawings, collages, and other visual elements. Unlike a traditional written journal, a visual journal is a space where you can express yourself through both words and visuals, allowing you to explore your creativity and reflect on your experiences in a more visual and creative way. Visual journals can be used for a variety of purposes, such as documenting personal experiences, exploring emotions, capturing memories, or simply as a creative outlet. They can be made using any type of media, including sketchbooks, scrapbooks, or even digital platforms. Visual journals can also be a helpful tool for self-discovery and personal growth. By combining written reflection with visual elements, you can gain a deeper understanding of your thoughts and feelings and explore new perspectives on your life. If you want to build more time in your schedule to create and explore and break out of a creative rut through things like visual journaling, hit the subscribe button below. Let's take a look at my 7 tips for completing a visual journal page. If you don't narrow down your ideas before you begin, visual journaling can be a frustrating thing instead of a relaxing activity. That's why tip number 1 is to choose a theme. This could be any of the previously mentioned topics like capturing memories or documenting personal experiences, but it could also be simplified to a topic such as nature, animals, or travel. Narrowing down a theme helps to maintain a boundary and saves you time when you are creating so you don't have to make decisions midway through. Think about your theme and what materials you'll need to collect in order to add value to your visual journal page through collage. This could include photos, magazine cutouts, scrapbook paper, tickets, maps from where you traveled, washi tape, stickers, or other materials you gathered on your adventure. That's why tip number 2 is to collect materials. I knew that I would be creating a visual journal page about the National Gallery, so I made sure to hold onto one of the gallery maps we got while in DC. I held onto my parking stub as well, and it might be something I'll add in later since I didn't have it when I was recording this video. It can be a bit overwhelming once you have all your collected material, especially if you tend to hold on to everything from a trip. To help ease the overload of materials and figure out where to put them all, tip number 3 will help, which is to plan a layout. Think about the composition of your page and where you want to place things. Do you want to leave a section for text? Do you plan on drawing anything on your pages? Making a quick layout sketch will help give you direction and simplify the process as you create. For my layout, I wanted to leave areas for text journaling, as well as a few images I would add. The nice thing about visual journals is that they are freeing exercises that aren't necessarily final products for people to see. This gives you the opportunity to experiment with different techniques, which is tip number 4. Exploring new materials and techniques in a visual journal is both freeing and educational because you might end up finding new materials you really enjoy. Experiment with paints, paint pens, collages, or drawing using different materials and see what you like. Traditional journaling can be a great outlet when it comes to getting ideas and experiences off your chest. Adding text to your visual journals helps to put more meaning behind the images that you create, which is why it is tip number 5. You can write as little or as much as you want in a visual journal. Think about how you can add your text in a way that is visually appealing as well. Instead of writing in a straight line, maybe curve your text around an image you drew. The possibilities are endless when it comes to where and how much text you add. You can have a more text-heavy journal page or a visual-heavy page. At the end of the day, a visual journal is a reflection of you, so get creative with how you craft your page, which is tip number 6. Being creative in your visual journaling ultimately sets you up to see what materials you enjoy using. I am more likely to experiment with new materials when I'm creating a visual journal page because I know it's not a final piece for others to see. It's something that I keep mostly private. It's for my personal use and growth. It's not necessarily something I'm going to share with the public, but it is something I will come back to and reflect on as I continue to create, which leads me to my final tip: to reflect after creating your visual journal page. Reflect on the experience, reflect on things you liked and didn't like about the process, and determine what you would change about the next visual journal page you create. If you'd like to see a real-time creation of a visual journal page, check out this video right here.